So this is a really philosophical topic. What is your law firm's destiny? And it comes after having this lengthy conversation with the client a couple of days ago, and we talked about where his firm has been, where it is today, and where it's going. What I find very interesting is that attorneys invest a ton of time and financial resources into getting the education and into getting the hands-on practice in whatever it is that they do, whatever it is that they focus on. And interestingly enough, for all of that effort, for vast majority of attorneys, the payoff is somewhat mediocre. Like, I've said this a million times. According to Bureau of Labor Statistics, median income for an attorney in the United States is about $120,000 a year. In 2018, like now it's 2019, it's a decent income, but it's not a fantastic income. And I think that most attorneys, especially those, and I think vast majority of attorneys are self-employed, one way or another. Even if you work in a law firm, you're still kind of self-employed because you are expected to go out there and drum up your own business. That to me is a definition of being self-employed. Like, you eat whatever you kill, right? So I think that it is really fascinating that most attorneys do not choose a greater destiny for their law firm. Let me explain. When I talk about greater destiny, here's what I'm thinking about. I think about all of the effort, all of the hours that you put into your law firm, into your work. And I see you and many others making $120 or less a year, respectable income. However, you're probably putting in 40, 50, 60, possibly 70 hours a week to make this income. How much different would your life be if you've invested the same number of hours but made double, triple, quadruple, or 10 times more income? Yet, vast majority of attorneys do not. What's the difference between those that choose a different destiny, choose a different destinations than the vast majority? I think it's really intentionality, right? It's when you start off your law firm, it is the grand vision that you have for it. Like, where is this going to take you? I think for most lawyers, they create a job for themselves, not a business, not a profitable enterprise of any size, but a job that is somewhat insecure because you really depend on the client or case flow. And that case flow is usually not very steady. So you build yourself a job that is risky, that is frustrating, that requires a lot of work hours, that has a decent payout. There is no profit to take at the end of the year. It is really salary that you create for yourself because you create a job. Those that go far beyond that are usually the ones that set that grander vision where they talk about, I want to make $500,000 a year. I want to make $1 million a year, $2 million a year, whatever. These numbers could be unimaginable to you right now, but if you look around, you know those lawyers who make that kind of money. They don't have to be in corporate law, they can be in personal injury. There are bankruptcy attorneys. Like here in Chicago, we have Peter Francis Geraci. That guy is making obscene amounts of money. Obscene. He has like 17 locations throughout Chicagoland. It's crazy. But I believe that Peter Francis Geraci and other people like him are very intentional about doing that. When they start off, they think about like, where do I want to end up with this thing? Even if you're not hungry for money, you could still be somewhat hungry for a better lifestyle or supporting a favorite charity or whatever cause or putting your kids through college, whatever it is that you want to work on to create a better destiny. Anything is respectable, but what I do not find respectable is creating a business for the sake of having a job. I think that's a really mediocre way of thinking about a business. And vast majority of attorneys that I have seen, they start off kind of that way, and many of them just continue on that same path. Those that choose a greater path, they focus on those objectives and then they ask, how do I get there? And typically it is not from staying in the same craft and practicing law 40, 50, 60, 70 hours a week, but it's about being intentional about building a business. That is a law firm, but it's a business. And to build that business, really the greatest determinant of how successful your business is going to be, ultimately, you got two of them. One is case flow, how many clients you can get every month, every quarter, every year. And two is the quality of people that you attract to work for you or to work with you. So these two factors, if you're going to be very focused on them, you should be able to build out a great law firm that has a brand name, has recognition, that attracts great people, that attracts good clients, that creates great profits, that helps you create a great lifestyle for yourself. I know quite a few attorneys that have done that. They make 7 figures. They were very intentional about it from the very beginning, and they have done great. They support charities. They're well-known members of their communities. And honestly, they're just really fun people to hang around with. And I think that every attorney that makes the decision to study business, to become very good at marketing, or hire a great team that will do this for them, help them get that case flow, I don't see a reason why almost any attorney can not accomplish those results. You just have to be really intentional about it. So think about that. Thanks for watching.